welcome to each of you on behalf of Indian Pharmacy Graduates Association Kerala branch and Kerala Pharmacy Graduates Association. So let's begin with seeking blessings from God Almighty. First of all, prayer song. So I invite Ms. Christina Jomans, a PharmD student from Devagama Memorial College of Pharmacy, for the prayer song.
നന്മരൂപിയായ ദൈവമേ നിനക്കു വന്ദനം. നന്മരൂപിയായ ദൈവമേ നിനക്കു വന്ദനം. ഭക്തിയും വിശുദ്ധിയും സ്വഭാവശുദ്ധിയും സദാ ഭക്തിയും വിവേകവും തരേണമേ ദയാനിധി. നന്മരൂപിയായ ദൈവമേ നിനക്കു വന്ദനം. നന്മരൂപിയായ ദൈവമേ നിനക്കു വന്ദനം.
Thank you, Christina. Let's have a glorious beginning and a warm welcoming. It's my privilege to invite one of our well-experienced and energetic pharma professional, Dr. P.K. Srikumar, to welcome the gathering. Dr. P.K. Srikumar is the president of KPGA. He was former deputy drugs controller of the state. With much respect, I invite you, sir, for the welcome address.
Is it audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So good evening to all. National Pharmacy Week on 3rd week of this November is a celebration of every pharmacist, pharmaceutical scientist, and others who are part of this particular field. This week is not only a welcome event, but it's also a crucial day to honor the role these pharmacists play in improving national and finally global health outcomes. The week is marked by a lot of events and activities sponsored by various organizations, governmental and non-governmental organizations, and all have only one common goal: to increase awareness about pharmacists and their roles. So we should appreciate, we people, the pharmacists, patronize the pharmacies, learn about the project and project pharmacist role. Pharmacists are making our country richer. They are the most accessible and make the world better. Two very active professional organizations of Kerala, IPGA Kerala branch and KPGA, work together always in a synergistic way to achieve the goal, to get these goals. To get it. The pharmacists having rightful position in the society. Of course, it should have the responsibility to work together with joint hands for further strengthening the healthcare of our nation. With this brief introduction, let me enter into my job. I extend a very warm welcome to the leader and president of IPGA Kerala branch, Dr. C.S. Satish Kumar sir, to this function. The inaugural address is given by an international fame, Mr. Ravi Uday Bhaskar sir, Director General of Pharmaceutical Export Promotion Council of India. He has worked under various capacities in Drugs Control Administration, APM-SC, AIDCOC, President, and so on. So a very hearty welcome, sir. Dr. Atul Kumar Nasser, sir, is the National President of IPGA. He is a real motivator and leader of various organizations, various activities in the field of pharmacy, and have a lot of experience and find time to be a guest of honor. The Drug Controller Kerala, Mr. P.M. Jayan, who is an active professional, is also ornamenting this gracious occasion. I extend both of them a very hearty welcome. It's our luck that we have an opportunity to get another international, very famous Mr. Ranjit Barshikar, CEO, QBD International UN Advisor Geneva, and the real quality expert and winner of many awards. He is with us. You're lucky. I extend a very warm welcome to you, sir, as the keynote speaker on the subject Indian pharma industry yesterday, today, and tomorrow, which is very relevant on this particular time. I also welcome the moderator, Dr. Jenny Samuel, Associate Professor and the Coordinator of Women's Wing of KPGA, Mr. P.U. Abdul Nasir, Vibrant General Secretary, KPGA, and finally, everyone present here. Once more, I wish all the pharmacists a very bright professional future and a wonderful National Pharmacy Week. Thank you. Thank you, Anchor also. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words, and we welcome you to this wonderful event. Now, it's my privilege to invite our super active and multi-talented Dr. C.S. Satish Kumar, President of IPGA, Kerala State, for the presidential address. Dr. C.S. Satish Kumar is the former drugs controller of Kerala State, who is having 30 plus years of experience in the regulatory affairs. At present, he is serving as the Senior Vice President of Agate Diagnostics Limited, Cochin. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Kriza. My dear respected Dr. Atul Kumar Nasaji, Ravi, Uday, Bhaskar ji, Mr. Jayan, MPG, Dr. Ranjit ji, Dr. Sri Kumar, Mr. Nasir, Dr. Jenny, etc., and my dignitaries, friends, students in pharmacy. Good evening to all. This the long-awaited inaugural meeting of 61st National Pharmacy Week celebrations from IPGA and KPGA is now started. Let us spare no efforts to create maximum awareness among the public, other healthcare providers, and authorities about the National Pharmacy Week, the theme about this year, and about the profession also, as well as the importance of the role of the pharmacist in the ultimate patient welfare and care. Today, our eminent speaker, Dr. Ranjit ji, will elaborate on the theme of the year, Pharmacy of the World, India, in detail. So he will be talking on the technology scale, I feel. I'm sure that it will be a thought-provoking topic for all of us on the emerging pharma technologies in the next generation. I'm very happy to state that India is well advanced in pharma industry as a whole compared to the global scenario. Still, we need to go a long way in the research programs, especially in APIs and standards of the pharma education. Proliferation of the pharma colleges, pharmacy colleges in every nook and corner of the country did push us towards backseats in the academic front. Lack of sufficient placement opportunities also give way for brain drain of the top class students also to other countries from India. India's dependency in APIs is almost 80% from China, it is reported. APIs include penicillins, cephalosporins, azithromycin, etc. Still we import heavily from other countries. And our government has already proposed to reverse this by 2047, however, anyway. Again, in medical devices also, 80% we are importing from outside, from the USA, China, Japan, etc. So we will be covering this as per the government's plan in 20 years from now. It's high time our government, medical fraternity, as well as the society respect the profession of pharmacy in terms of social status, prominence, remuneration, and the professional respect at par with other countries, I feel. From our part, we also need to upgrade our knowledge level so as to impress the authorities to start acknowledging and appreciating our profession also. Let us try our best to impress our policymakers, public, and to impress upon the veracity of the agency of upgrading the professional prominence and social recognition of this noble profession. Let us work jointly for the very deserving professional acceptance, hopeful for a better tomorrow, be ahead of the fast-changing technology, personalized medicines, combined diagnostics, and new modes of therapy, etc., using AI, IoT, etc., and take our journey to the future to new horizons to upgrade India's position from third position to supply of the drugs to first position in the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words, and we welcome you to this wonderful event. It is our blessing to have Mr. Ravi Uday Bhaskar, Director General, pharmexcil, to inaugurate this function. He was worked in various capacities in drug control administration for several years. Also worked as General Manager Andhra Pradesh Medical Services Corporation and developed the concept of Jeevanadhara, which is the low-cost generic medicines in 2010 with Mr. Shyamlal Rao, District Collector. Subsequently, Government of the Andhra Pradesh made it as official program of the state. He also played a prominent role through All India Drugs Control Officers Confederation, which is also called AIDCOC, in the strengthening of the regulatory mechanism in the country. He is presently the Honorary Director General, AIDCOC, and previously Secretary General and President. He is also the President of 71st Indian Pharmaceutical Congress Association, and he has got the Lifetime Achievement Award in the year 2013 during 65th Indian Pharmaceutical Congress. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, and I'm very happy to be here, and I'm also very happy to see my old friends and regulators on this occasion on a single platform. My respected Sri Kumarji, Dr. Satish Kumar, my friend and IPGA National President, and the active leaders of NEDCOG, Mr. Atul Kumar Nasa, and the Drugs Controller Kerala, PM Jayan, and Mr. Ranjit Barshikar. Really, and another young and the promising activist, and Mr. Nishit. He is the person who is after me to be part of this engagement. And really, I'm privileged, and I can't say no to my friends. I postponed my travel because I have to take the train. So if I am in the train, I can't attend this. It is at 7:30. So I thought this is very important, and we are also going to have a topic which is something relevant today, and relevant to what I'm doing today as a Director General Pharmaceuticals Export Promotion Council. Dr. Satish Kumar has mentioned about what is Indian pharmaceutical industry, our dependence, and what is the ground reality of pharmacy educational institutions and the employment opportunities. I'm not going to take much time. I always used to tell, we are calling India as a pharmacy of the world. Pharmaceuticals are the 5th largest exporting commodity of India. So we got that recognition globally. Whenever you go outside India, if you mention about generic formulations and generic medicines, everybody talks very high about Indian pharmaceutical industry. I'm privileged. At the same time, we are going to have a serious challenges in the days to come. So we are comfortable today, but in the days to come, if the Indian, I think our Ranjit ji is going to talk about Indian pharma industry yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Once you go back to 1947, our pharmaceutical industry is only 10 crores. In 1980, it was only 1,500 crores. In 21-22 financial year, we exported 24.6 billion, and the Indian pharmaceutical market is 50 billion. So from 10 crores to we reached to this level, and we have 8 Indian generic companies out of 25 global generics. We are there. So we are no more, Indian pharmaceutical industry is no more confine their activities in India. Now they are global players. So we need to play a very important role in the days to come also. We are globally known as the strong generic players. But in the days to come, you need to work very seriously on the complex generics and biosimilars and metered doses, personal medicine. These are the areas where Indian pharmaceutical industry need to work. Otherwise, you are going to be irrelevant in the days to come. And we are also having a very serious challenges as far as Satish has rightly mentioned about our dependence on APIs or KSMs or solvents or the basic chemicals or whatever it may be. Whatever API or a formulation manufactured in India, one component or the other, we're importing. So no country is going to be self-reliant. It is not going to happen. But you need to reduce our import dependence. So our import dependence should not create a problem for the Indian healthcare system. So in that direction, Pharmaceuticals Export Promotion Council of India, with the support of Ministry of Commerce, we conduct a study. That is the study is basis for developing this PLI scheme. So what we are telling to the government is that, you need to support the industry. We need to focus more on innovation and research. We need to give more hand-holding to the MSME. At the same time, there should be an engagement between the academic institutions and the industry. There is a big gap between academia and the industry that is to be bridged. At the same time, unfortunately, even though we have so many NIPers, most of the NIPers are not having proper faculty. There are some of the NIPers are more or less on par with the private educational institutions. I call it as a mushrooming growth of Indian pharmaceutical colleges. So that is to be addressed very seriously. Satish Kumar also mentioned about the quality of the education. So when you are not giving employment, when you are not giving a strong education system, and you are not giving any the supportive mechanism and the tie-up between the industry and the academia, these are the things we need to work very, very, very seriously in the days to come. You need to look at the countries besides you. China, one way, they are 1.73 trillion chemical industry. They are the strongest suppliers of basic chemicals, not only to India and to the world. So nothing is wrong. We depend on somebody's expertise. Like in the European depending on India's generics. US is also depending on Indian generics. And the entire world is depending on the Germans and luxury cars. And Boeing is American. Everybody have their own expertise. We need to depend on their expertise. So that in this free trade economy, so you can't say that, just like Raja's days, the prince always used to learn everything, the horse riding and whatnot. So the situation is not like this. You need to depend on somebody's expertise. The world is also depending on Indians' expertise on manufacturing quality generic drugs at a very affordable price. If you, in the days to come, you need to focus more on complex generics. You need to focus more on new therapies. For that, there should be a serious allocation of funds, not only from the government. Unfortunately, Indian pharmaceutical industry is also not spending that much money on R&D expenses. So that is to be increased. If you see the Western world and India, there is a huge gap in their expenditure in the R&D. So that is the area we need to focus. At the same time, the manufacturing generic drugs is not a rocket technology. Today is yours, tomorrow it's going to be somebody's. Our neighboring country, Bangladesh, having the LDC status up to 2032. So they already have nearly 60 US FDA approved facilities. So they are having the kind of exemptions with respect to patents, what we have enjoyed 20 years back. So we need to meet the challenges. As I come back to this pharmacy week, more relevant, the theme is also the pharmacy of the world, India. And the topic is also a wonderful topic, and in the Indian pharma industry yesterday, today, and tomorrow. But at the same time, we need to think about Indian pharmaceutical education also. Yesterday was the same when we joined in BPharm in 1981. We always aspired US, our drug inspector, our drug control. Today also the same. So tomorrow at least it should not be like that. So we need to have a policy changes. Unfortunately, you see, we are not having an independent drug control CDSCO in India. it is so sorry to say that every 3 months they're extending the period of Drugs Controller General of India. How shameful it is. So nowhere in the world that the chief of the FDA is 3 months contract. So it is very unfortunate. We need to change the entire dimension of the regulatory mechanism, the industry, as well as the education system. So the IPGA is in the forefront. It is undiluted. I always used to tell my NASA and my friends, IPGA only pharmacy graduates can be the members. At least the All India Drugs Control Officers Confederation, we have other than pharma people also. So we need to put our efforts collectively. Let us not confine our activities for the Pharmacy Week. Let us not confine our activities to Indian Pharmaceutical Congress. We have to consolidate our efforts in strengthening the Indian pharma education system, as well as the regulatory system and the Indian pharmaceutical industry. With this, I have taken, I think, more than 10 minutes. I'm very much once again thankful to Satish and Sri Kumar, NASA, and all our friends for giving me this opportunity. Really, I enjoyed seeing everyone. In the days to come, I am always at your disposal as a pharmacy graduate, as well as the past regulator, and as Uday Bhaskar. Thank you very much.
Uday, can we take it as the inauguration is over?
Yes. Inauguration, virtual inauguration. You tell me what you want me to do.
Okay.
That is the purpose I joined.
Okay.
So
yeah.
It's my privilege to inaugurate this event, and I am very much honored. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for inaugurating our function and for your kind words. Moving on to the guest of honor, Dr. Atul Kumar Nasa, the National President of IPGA. Dr. Atul Nasa is former Deputy Drugs Controller and Licensing Authority, New Delhi. And he's a member of various committees constituted by the government for framing and designing different policies. He has more than 25 years of experience in regulatory affairs. He is a recipient of Best Drugs Controller Officer Award and also Fellowship of Indian Pharmaceutical Association for his distinguished and dedicated service in the profession of pharmacy. He has also been entrusted the role of Vice President of AIDCOC and Director of Indian Confederation of Healthcare Accreditation, ICHA. With utmost respect and heartfelt happiness, I invite you, Dr. Atul Kumar Nasa sir, for sharing a few words.
Thank you very much, and very good evening to all of you. A very respected Shri Kumarji, the President of KPGA, Dr. Satish, the President of IPGA Kerala branch, Mr. Jayan, Drug Controller of Kerala, my dearest friend, Ravi Uday Bhaskar. After a long time we are meeting, and thank you very much, Ravi, for praising IPGA being a professional body of pharmacy graduates. Mr. Ranjit Barshikar ji, the CEO QBD International, and my best friend now, Dr. Nishit, who is the now Vice President of IPGA South Zone branch. Congratulations to Dr. Nishit. He has arranged this program after taking the charge as a IPGA South Zone branch, and all other participants and professionals. At the outset, my heartiest congratulations to IPGA Kerala branch and KPGA for organizing this webinar during this National Pharmacy Week with the theme Pharmacy of the World. I was listening to Uday Bhaskar, what he has told, that we have to be very strong on the basis of on regulatory systems. We have to be very strong at the level of academics, and we have to be very strong at the level of your pharmaceutical industry. I fully agree that we are exporting a number of generic medicines and vaccines to the entire world. But on the other side, a number of challenges are there which we should not forget. Giving emphasis on research and development sections, giving emphasis on more pharmaceutical industry outcome, and generic medicine is a big challenge. We have discussed about academic industry interaction, that is the need of the hour. We are getting a number of pharmacy students from different pharmacy colleges in the entire country. But issue is of again quality education. So this can be reduced once we increase the industry academic interaction, and that is the need of the hour. I will not take much time. The speaker of the day, Mr. Ranjit Barshikar, who is speaking on the topic Indian pharmaceutical industry yesterday, today, and tomorrow, the technologic perspectives. He is one of the international speakers, and he will be covering all the issues related to the development of pharmaceutical industry, like what Mr. Uday has told. Right from long back until today, now we are $24.6 billion country for the export of medicines and generic drugs. So I welcome each and everyone to this webinar, and I wish the deliberation of this webinar, particularly the topic of Indian pharmaceutical industry, will be benefited to all the participating delegates. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words, and we welcome you to this wonderful event. It is our fortune to have the head of Kerala Pharma Community, respected Drugs Controller and Licensing Authority, Government of Kerala, Shri P.M. Jayan sir, as the guest of honor. Shri P.M. Jayan has started his career with Drugs Control Department in 1993 and worked at various capacities and was celebrated as a very efficient pharma regulatory officer. He is the former General Secretary of IPGA, Kerala State Branch, and a very impulsive pharma professional. With much respect, let me invite Jayan sir for delivering a few words as our guest of honor. Over to you, sir.
Please unmute. Jen, please unmute. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, is it audible?
Yes, yes.
Good evening to one and all. Dr. C.S. Sadish Kumar sir, who is chairing this function. Dr. P.K. Srikumar, who welcomed the gathering of this event. Dr. Atul Kumar Nasa sir, National President, Indian Pharmacy Graduates Association. Shri Ravi Uday Bhaskar sir, Director pharmexcil. Mr. Ranjit Bhaskar, today's keynote speaker, and Shri P.U. Abdul Nasir, General Secretary KPGA, Dr. Jenny Samuel, Dr. Nishit, and other dignitaries present and members of Indian Pharmacy Graduates Association Kerala Branch and Kerala Pharmacy Graduates Association. It's a matter of immense pleasure and pride to be a part of this virtual platform today. First of all, I take this opportunity to congratulate the office bearers of Indian Pharmacy Graduates Association Kerala Branch and office bearers of KPGA for arranging an online program in connection with the National Pharmacy Week Celebration 2022. The theme of this year's celebration is the Pharmacy of the World, India. As said earlier by our inaugural speaker, Uday Bhaskar sir, India plays an important position in the global pharmaceutical sector. India is the largest provider of generic drugs globally, and our pharmaceutical sector supplies over 50% of global demand for various vaccines and 40% of the generic demand in United States. We supply 25% of all medicines in the United Kingdom. Globally, India ranks third in terms of pharmaceutical production by volume and 14th by value. Our domestic pharmaceutical industry includes a network of 3,000 drug companies and more than 10,000 manufacturing units. Presently, over 80% of the antiretroviral drugs used globally to combat acquired immunodeficiency syndrome were supplied by Indian companies. In the past year, as we've seen, when the entire world was gripped with COVID-19, our pharmaceutical companies had rise to the occasion and produced 1 million doses of vaccines, which might have saved millions of lives. The topic selected for today's webinar has its own relevance and importance. And according to the Mr. Uday Bhaskar sir point out that the bridging between the pharmaceutical industry and the academia is a need of the hour. In Kerala, I think nearly 60 pharmacy colleges were imparting a degree and post-graduation in the sector of pharmacy. So the people who are in with the academia has to be in cooperate with the industry and take his advice for further developments. And I hope this webinar will definitely help young pharmacists to shape their career. Once again, I express my sincere thanks to organizers of this webinar. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So we are entering to the most awaited moments. Let's begin our first scientific session on Indian pharma industry yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I feel so excited to say that we're going to hear from Mr. Ranjit Barshikar, CEO, QBD International, the right resource for the very important topic. At this moment, let me invite our moderator, a very impulsive academician, Dr. Jenny Samuel, Associate Professor, St. Joseph College of Pharmacy, Cherthala, Kerala, to introduce our eminent keynote speaker of the day, as well as to moderate our session. Dr. Jenny Samuel is being actively involved in pharmaceutical education and research since 2003. She obtained her MPharm in pharmacy practice from Kerala University, Trivandrum, and her PhD from JJT University, Rajasthan in 2018. Dr. Jenny has received various recognitions and fellowships for her excellence, like Fellow of the Academy of General Education, Manipal, India. She teaches BPharm, MPharm, PharmD students and guides PhD scholars. She is a recognized guide, examiner, question paper setter, and inspector at various universities. She completed her diploma from IPR Pune, her MSc in applied psychology from Bharatiyar University. She also completed many certificate programs such as Leading Healthcare Quality and Safety from George Washington University, Washington, DC. Currently, she is the coordinator of KPGA Women's Wing and Vice President of Association of Pharmacy Professionals, Kerala State Branch. She has to her credit 28 high impact and indexed international publications during 2016 and 2021. With much respect, over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Tirtha, for those kind words of introduction. May we now introduce our most esteemed speaker for the day. We are honored to have with us Mr. Ranjit Barshikar, CEO, QBD International and United Nations Advisor, Geneva. He is an eminent luminary from the pharmacy profession with more than 51 years of rich and varied experience in the pharma industry, especially in quality management, R&D, manufacturing, regulatory, US FDA, EU and WHO compliances. He is an accomplished professional from the pharma industry, having worked with pharma giants like Pfizer Limited, Sun Pharma Ranbaxy, Leica Labs at various levels, and retired as Global Quality Head and Vice President of Pfizer Limited in the year 2006. Mr. Ranjit Barshikar is an expert on quality by design and data integrity, CAPA, quality culture, and various other CGMP subjects. He is an expert auditor of formulations and API facilities. He's worked as quality expert with World Bank, Washington, USA, and Saudi Arabia FDA. He is also a member of the editorial board of Journal of Generic Medicines, England. Mr. Ranjit Barshikar is the advisory committee member of many pharmacy colleges, SVKMs, Bhanuben, Nanavati Pharmacy College, Mumbai, D.Y. Patil University Pharmacy College, Talgaon and Nerul campuses, NM Satha College of Pharmacy at Ahmednagar, Maharashtra, are just a few of them. He is the recipient of many awards: Quality Champion Gold, Topmost Quality Award by Government of India, Quality Council of India, Lifetime Achievement Award by International UNICEF Council USA, 100 Most Impactful Healthcare Leaders Global Award by World Health Congress, to name a few. He has traveled globally to 70 countries, delivered more than 515 presentations, and addressed 97 webinars on topics related to pharma industry, including topics on COVID-19. With these few words, may I most humbly welcome Mr. Ranjit Barshikar to take over the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, madam, for the kind introduction, and thanks to Dr. Satish Kumar, as well as Dr. Sri Kumar and Dr. Nishit for inviting me for this wonderful inaugural session of National Pharmacy Week. And I'm very much privileged and honored to be with all of you. And first time with the KPGA. I had been in the past with IPGA programs 2 times, but first time with the KPGA. So I'm very much honored for this invitation. I am very much happy also to mention to all of you, my friends, that this is my 99th webinar today. And tomorrow I will be having a century of webinars with Sanjeevani University in Shirdi, Kopargaon. And there it will be offline program. And there I will be speaking on quality by design in formulation development. So I am very much privileged to be with all of you. And without wasting much time on other formalities, let me start my subject on the pharmaceutical industry today, yesterday, today, and tomorrow from technology perspective. So by this discussion for next 40-45 minutes total will be based on the technology perspective. So please allow me to share my presentation with all of you, my friends. If you have any difficulty to see the presentation, or if I'm not audible, please let me know. Is this okay to all of you?
Yeah, fine, sir.
Great. So from technological perspective, let me tell my friends that I'm very, very proud that I have been working in Indian pharma industry for 51 years. And I have seen since 1971, several changes, positive changes in the industry. And as we all know, in everybody's life, there are always ups and downs. And in pharma industry also, there were ups and downs. More than a decade ago, we were having some issues from regulatory perspectives. Now, our industry has come out of almost very successfully from all those issues which arose a decade ago. And I do not hesitate to mention this to the audience today, that we are performing far better than several multinationals, my friend, today. And I'm very proud that I am from Indian pharmaceutical industry. So let me begin my talk with some note on disclaimer. Some of my presentation slides, my friends, are copyrighted. So please do not copy anything or distribute this presentation anywhere. And if at all you want to share it, prior permission will be required. So coming to our subject, and just as a preamble, let me share with you about our industry in general, a little bit on economics, more on productivity perspective. Is, of course, we are all highly knowledge-based industry. Third, globally by volume. 10th globally by value. And it's a great achievement for us. And as Uday Bhaskar ji, Dr. Nasa ji has mentioned earlier, that we are recognized worldwide, and now the world is depending on us as well, no doubt about that. When you see the size of our industry, in 2021 was $42 billion, out of which more than 50% was exports. So imagine the achievement of our industry. And we were exporting to more than 200 countries. And my friend, the interesting facts is we have more than 3,000 pharma companies and more than 10,000 manufacturing sites in India, employing 5 lakh plus people. And these data I could access from the Indian pharmaceutical industry, the future, by FICCI and Ernst & Young document. And they had published these data, so I have picked up from that. And that is why our industry is known as sunrise industry. And our Prime Minister had rightly mentioned that this is a pharmacy of the world, and we are continuously proving and further improving as a pharmacy of the world. We established in Corona time, and we continue to perform even better than that today and tomorrow as well. We will work better. There are main reasons, or several reasons, not only the economical perspective, but the highly skilled personnel which we have in our country. And I'm very proud again to mention our graduates, postgraduates, doctorates, and pharma MBAs are really highly qualified and far, far better than the rest of the world. So I always take pride in that as well. From the growth perspective, our industry, if you see, some of our earlier speaker had mentioned that we meet more than 60% of the global demand for vaccines, 80% of ARV drugs to the world market, and our domestic market is expected to grow 3 times in this decade, and that is going to be reflected in soon now. When you see the graphical presentation on that, that the projection of our industry is, which was in just 4 years ago, $38 billion, the best case and present scenario of activities, we are likely to reach 90, but if we aggressively grow, we can aspire to $130 billion by next 8 years, by coming 2030, my friends. So it's a huge opportunity for us, our industry, to grow more and more. And I am very sure soon we will reach to the number 2 position. Let's see what was the industry yesterday. Since the subject is yesterday, today, and tomorrow, what was yesterday? It may be for newcomers and the students, if at all they are participants here today, and those who are accessing the media sites. Yesterday was quality by testing, QBT, quality by testing. What it means? When the batch is completely manufactured at the manufacturing site, we were having random sampling as per the pharmacopoeia legal requirement in India, and testing those small sample for a batch of 100,000 units or 1 million units, and releasing based on those small samples. So that we always call as quality by testing. Okay. There used to be chemical lab, micro lab, instruments lab. Always it was also with the in-process control standards internally. And it was, as I mentioned, was based on the few samples of the finished product. So by doing this, we were not able to give the justice to good manufacturing practices. So there was no quality assurance in real sense. I have seen the activities in 70s and 80s and 90s. There, that time, this quality assurance word also was not being used by our industry. So yesterday there used to be issues on validations, process validation issues, analytical method validation was being followed rarely in the past. All variables, the fluctuations, variations in manufacturing processes were not completely identified and addressed, affecting the output as well. So output also used to be variable. Qualification issues also were there. Sampling errors were too many those days. And those also used to result in contamination issues, product contamination issues, and thereby generating the question on the robustness of the process development for manufacturing of the product. So when we say that we will not having in today's perspective the CGMP that time, it was, though it was called GMP compliances, but we were not 100% confident of our activity from real GMP perspective. So from that time, it was just a traditional manufacturing, and also we were not effectively monitoring the suppliers as well. But look at today, my friends. Today, we are now moved away from traditional manufacturing towards quality by design with the help of process analytical technology. So identifying the critical quality attributes of the process, identifying critical process parameters, identifying critical material attributes with the help of risk management based on the guideline issued by ICH Q9. I'm sure all of you must be aware of these guidelines. You might have read as well these guidelines. If not, it is available in public domain. You can always access it. So this quality by design, the concept came into the existence, though almost 2 decades ago. But for pharma industry, they started initiating especially by the US FDA, since somewhere around 2006, 2007. And they were constantly educating us, guiding us. And they started floating these different guidelines with the help of ICH and US FDA together in various platforms, medias, various presentation in conferences, why this is important concept. So that once we identify critical parameters in various process steps and the impact of these parameters on the quality of the product, thereby the impact on our end user consumers like patients. So the impact on patients automatically you come to know, and thereby we started developing a control procedures or a control strategy, keeping in mind patients all the time. So today we are in the process of having the processes which are more robust than yesterday, processes which are now patient-centric. What patients want, that we are trying to do today from quality by design perspective. And when we talk of these today, as I mentioned to you, QBD, CQA, CPP, effective monitoring, generating the robust processes, and thereby highly confident organization, because now we are ensuring the high level of validations in several areas. That is right from EURS, equipment qualifications, equipment validations at the site, the GAMP procedures, the data integrity compliances, which was a big issue more than a decade ago, and several other parameters we are handling from the perspective of the process validation, the complying to the guidelines of 2011 of US FDA. Similarly, we are fully complying the requirement of the critical process verification, critical process monitoring, keeping in mind patients all the time. And so this is now the situation today, but we do not stop there only. Our aim and our goal always is to continuously improve ourselves, our processes, our performance all the time in the interest of patients. And therefore, tomorrow when I talk to my various audience, various places, there are a lot of interesting things, lot of initiatives the regulatory agencies are doing. And similarly, our Indian DCGI is also playing a key role, CDSCO also playing key role, and our regulators today, we have several regulators here, key responsibilities. They are in a position, yes, some of though they are retired, they're contributing to Indian industry from regulatory perspective. It's so heartening to see several regulators today. So tomorrow, when we are talking of tomorrow, we have already started that process, my friend, at research and development scale. So what is that tomorrow we are talking of based on the initiatives of the US FDA? And this is interesting part for our technological perspective advancements. Now, US FDA has issued a guideline in 2017, my friends, based on the emerging technology applications to the pharmaceutical innovation and modernization. It's a beautiful document. Please access it, read it, and understand the explanation given by the regulatory agencies. So some of those technological perspectives which they would like to focus and guide industry to move towards is topmost is continuous manufacturing process. And some of the companies have already started, especially multinational companies, full scale they have started implementing for tablet production. Some of them are also implementing for capsule manufacturing in continuous manufacturing process. Another area which I'm going to talk to you today is 3D printing. And I'm very proud, and I'm always quoting this example, my friend. If I had to give very good example, simple example, which even non-technical person can understand, is a very good startup youngsters from Kerala. They have initiated the activity of a construction of a house in 3 lakh rupees, a small kitchen, bedroom, and a hall, completely with 3D printing technology at the cost of 15 lakh rupees, and within 10 days. You can hear there were so many publications by these two youngsters. I always take pride in our youngsters who are achieving such a goal. They are having innovative approach for their intentions as a part of startup. And there are several unicorns from that perspective in India now. We are crossing more than 1,000 startups. Out of that, almost around 100 plus are unicorns. And we are becoming largest unicorn companies in the world slowly. Third technology I would like to focus quickly in short, because this artificial intelligence is going to take a lot of time and I won't be able to cover in the allotted time. So I had taken the permission of Dr. Satish Kumar as well as Dr. Nitish on this, because of limited time, I would not be able to cover all aspects of artificial intelligence, but I will touch upon that point by the end we go. So let's see what we are. Now we understood that current scenario is quality by design, my friends here, right? Today, we are implementing quality by design very successfully. Every document which is getting filed in United States, every ANDA is based on quality by design elements. And the US FDA is very happy to review these documents, CTDs submitted by Indian generics. Now we are moving towards, as a tomorrow, continuous manufacturing process. And this is a seamless, integrated, well-characterized process, integration of all the operations in a short or smaller equipment for a faster delivery of the product. We'll see more details on that. And this activity is already on since as a R&D activity in multinationals. In few multinationals, they have already started fully implementing from tablet perspectives. One or two companies are already doing capsule formulation by this technology. Sorry. So let's see more about this continuous manufacturing technology as a part of tomorrow's for Indian generics. Okay. Some of the companies in India at API stage, they are using it in part, especially crystallization stage. In some, in formulation also, in coating stages. Whereas full-fledged advantage, at least to my knowledge, I have not seen or not heard of any company, Indian generic company, fully implementing continuous manufacturing. That is why I have brought these under tomorrow for Indian generic companies. If you see, yesterday's our batch manufacturing concept was different steps of manufacturing. Here I have taken the example of tablet, where we buy the API from outside, different suppliers, and initially Dr. Uday, Bhaskar ji, as well as Dr. Nasa ji, he was talking about import of APIs. And I understand the concern, but when you start moving slowly into the continuous manufacturing process, slowly the dependence on API imports will go down, because we will be in continuous manufacturing process. We are manufacturing ourselves in-house API, my friends. So we will not be buying API from outside. So that immediately API gets converted to the tablet. You see the diagram here. The lower portion is a regular process, different steps of manufacturing, either in different cubicle, different rooms, different equipments, or in one big hall, several equipments running same batch, same product at a time, ensuring that there is no cross contamination. So now, instead of all these different timings and delayed in manufacturing from several days and weeks to months to the shortest possible time to manufacture a batch by fully automated system, synthesizing the API, crystallizing the API with the minimum organic solvents, making it as a part of the formulation with the help of excipients being loaded side by side, granulation, lubrication, and tableting, fully automated process. So this is exactly what it looks like, my friends. And the innovator of this technology, Dr. Alan Myerson, MIT Institute of Technology, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, USA, has invented this first time for Novartis. And this is the way they have published it. There are some publications available which are copyrighted that time. And this was in 2009. And there are further several improvements in this whole concept of continuous manufacturing. So here, the API is manufactured here, okay, in this area. Look at the cursor moving in green, cursor moving here on your screen. And excipients are added. The solvents which are added earlier, minimum solvents, are getting extracted out as a byproduct. Excipients are being used to blend with the API generated here in-house, and excess solvent is thrown out, and tablet is coming out of the machine in the form of almost nearing ultra lean manufacturing. This is completely minimum human intervention, minimum organic solvents. The advantage, the impurity profile improves tremendously, and the stability of the product also likely to increase. Maybe if you are having today 24 months, it may go up to 30 months. So the moment you extend the shelf life, it is an advantage to the manufacturer. And so in one machine, you are manufacturing API, immediately getting converted to the tablet. And I was lucky to have met Dr. Alan Meyerson, who gave me more than 3 hours to explain to me whole concept, how he designed this. Of course, secret thing, nobody will divulge, but rest of the things he explained to me very well. This was, since it was Novartis property, and inventor is MIT Dr. Alan Meyerson. So this has created a big revolution in our pharmaceutical industry. For today's, it is being used by a few multinationals abroad. Tomorrow, it will be now in Indian generics, my friend. So look at this. The ISP, you all know very well. We are moving towards compliance as a part of tomorrow, continuous real-time monitoring of the production activity with the help of Pharma 4.0 concept, where a lot of information systems and digitalization systems will be used from the implementing the continuous manufacturing process. AI also will be used from that perspective. For 3D technology also, digitalization is useful. Without digitalization, we cannot adopt successfully this newer technology, my friends. And I am very proud to tell several top Indian generic companies have already started moving into digitalization. They have tied up with several startups from India for that. Some companies have their own activity, in-house generation of the software for digitalization for the pharmaceutical manufacturing. So Pharma 4.0 guideline is helping us tremendously to shift from specified parameters and rectifying the further, improving further the quality by design robust processes to fully automated processes with the help of digital maturity, achieving the organization process holistic control strategy throughout the life cycle of a product. And my friend, but remember here, most important is the quality culture of the organization is going to play a major role from top to bottom. The culture of quality in the organization is a must. The teamwork is a must to be more and more successful from tomorrow. 3D printing, it has been already approved by FDA. First time in 2015 for a company, Aprecia. And this was already launched successfully also by GSK in 2017 for various tablet formulation for Parkinson's diseases. Similarly, this technology has definitely ability to transform our industry. And when we talk of that complete novel applications on 3D printing technology, fabrics technologies, you see on your screen how different ingredients or different tablets, layer after layers, can be formed. And now you look at this side picture where 3 ingredients are listed as extended release product, where some of these ingredients are not compatible with each other. And that is where the biggest advantage of this technology, that layer by layer different ingredients are laid down in the formulation, thus avoiding the reaction of one ingredient with another, avoids the incompatibility issue completely. And that is why this kind of tablet appearance you get in 3D printing as well. And I already mentioned to you a Kerala startup youngster for the 3D printing houses, the similar concept you see there. And then afterward, there is a layered formulation, the packaging, everything is taken care of. So the incompatible ingredients are successfully handled through this. You look at this, there are certain products available in US market in the form of Disney characters. For your information, my friends, there are, as we know, the children don't like to take tablets, capsules, they don't like bitter taste, they don't like to swallow the product. So to make the product more tempting, so that they can take willingly and start swallowing it or start chewing it in the form of Disney characters with some acceptable minor sweetener coating on their tablet in the Disney molds, so that children start willingly to take this. So this is something interesting, a revolution for the manufacturing for the children product, if at all it is required from that perspective. So when we talk of the technology, Pharma 4.0, we also talk of Quality 4.0, GMP 4.0, with the help as a future, with the help of continuous manufacturing, 3D printing, process analytical and process analytical technology and continuous manufacturing go hand in hand. Without PAT, CM cannot be successful. And artificial intelligence. So overall, we are talking now completely the moving towards the Pharma 4.0 with the help of robotics as a tomorrow's technology. Healthcare industry has already moved into this, and there are the several hospitals in India who are already doing robotic surgeries, and it is being implemented very successfully. So our industry, my friends, in manufacturing, testing also, slowly this activity will start. Sorry. So the artificial intelligence, the third technology, is a simulation of human intelligence by the machine to solve the problem, acting rationally, and to act like a human being, but monitored by the humans, and all the activity generated by human. But they, whatever is taught to them, they do the job perfectly, accurately, without any errors. About 50% of global companies are now planning to implement artificial intelligence by 2025, my friends, and focusing on chronic and oncological diseases. It improves R&D function tremendously, and to identify the discovery of the molecules, as well the candidate selection for clinical trials, which is taking several months and years to achieve that, whereas artificial intelligence is going to reduce that time to within few weeks maximum. And future obviously will be completely artificially intelligence enabled AR and VR, right? Augmented reality and virtual reality, and also now MR, mixed realities. So when we talk of AR and VR applications, it is now will be used completely in production control in the factories and identifying the errors and diagnosing the errors effectively. Here we are talking of predictive analytics, predictive maintenance. What it means, these systems will identify if at all any equipment is likely to fail in time to come. That is, let's say, for example, another 4 weeks. So it tells the organization, the engineering as well as manufacturing and the quality team, that XYZ equipment is likely to fail in another 4 weeks' time. Address it immediately. The corrective measures are as below 1, 2, 3. And to our prediction, item number 2 should be very effective to mitigate the risk of the failure of the equipment. So to that extent, our artificial intelligence is going to lead us from predictive maintenance perspective. Same way, it is going to predict the quality of the batch at various critical process parameter stages. So it will help us to decrease the design, the manufacturing cost, but it enhances the product quality and it reduces the time needed from the product conceptualization to manufacturing and filing the document and to the market in the interest of the customers. And that is where we are talking of metaverse, my friend. You might have read it in public domain, in medias, about this technology of metaverse. Another example again from Kerala. Look at this. Last February, a couple, Dinesh SP and Janaganandini Ramaswamy, got married virtually in their metaverse avatar, and along with the avatar of their bride's late father. And this was a big news in Economic Times in the February. So I have picked up that just to convey to you where the world is going. And pharma is slightly behind, but we will certainly catch up. And our industry has realized the importance of this kind of technology in time to come. So look at this now, the technology which I am talking of, holographic, which is the HoloLens which are generated by microscope. And these HoloLens are guiding the manufacturing team, engineering team, quality team from very effectively minimizing the failures, minimizing the equipment failures, predicting the quality of the product during manufacturing itself, and predicting the successful implementation of equipment compliances for manufacturing. So it right from manufacturing equipment, engineering perspective, the quality perspective, the delivery perspective for the consumers, and education perspective. These HoloLens are manufactured by Microsoft and also being used by few industries worldwide. And this Microsoft HoloLens is a tremendous boon to our industry. One of these company, Corber Pharma, is already using this technology. And this is for data management system. The idea here showing this image to you is this person in manufacturing area is generating the screen in the air and communicating with the engineer who is sitting in engineering department, the problem faced by her. With the help of hologram, with the help of HoloLens, this hologram is helping tremendously the pharma companies from various departments to minimize the time to manufacture, to minimize the time to address the issue effectively with the help of expert. And this is tremendously helping them to see this HoloLens through digitized activity, 3D images they can see virtually. Even the key managers can see through their cabins, their own cabins, they virtually can be present in manufacturing area, observe what is happening. So this has a tremendous benefit to reduce the deviations and maximize the quality of the product. And this is being used today by this organization. So overall, the factories where engineers and scientists are using smart glasses to obtain this virtual guidance from the experts, to detect the equipment failures in real time, and which is enabling us the production process virtually from any corner of the site if you use the HoloLens. So emerging technologies are the paradigm shift now going to be Indian industry? Is it going to be new era for us? Certainly, my friends, it is going to be revolutionizing our manufacturing activity, our testing activity, our educating, even the pharmaceutical universities, pharmacy colleges will also get revolutionized by introducing these kind of technologies and educating the students from that perspective. Soon we will be going to Pharma 5.0, though we have completely not achieved Pharma 4.0. But look at these opportunities for flexibility, agility, from the perspective of completely business processes, which includes manufacturing, development, and compliances, engineering practices. The workforce is going to be now of the future. Robotics also will get introduced, and quality culture will also start improvising in the organization. Look at this. Now, tomorrow's the manufacturing and quality control lab will be completely based on sensors, completely based on the robotics and communication with the digitized system. So from quality control lab, digital enabled laboratories to distributed quality control lab, which is going to be a big journey as a future of our pharmaceutical industry, my friends. And therefore, I always like this particular slide to describe to you what was yesterday quality by design. Okay, that is batch manufacturing. Today, quality by design. Yesterday, quality by testing. Today, quality by design. Continuous manufacturing is going to support us to quality by control, quality by monitoring, quality by controlling complete processes, all key parameters, continuously monitoring the processes. That is continuous process verification as a smart manufacturing for tomorrow. So the trends, my friend, for next 5 years are going to be based on AI, AR, VR, MR, and RPA technology, robotic process automation. Now, to tell you frankly, There are several laboratories in India. Some of the top companies are already implementing robotic process automations. E-pharmacies, we are already in e-pharmacies, precision medicine, clinical trials, tremendous benefit, quickly identifying the molecule discoveries and volunteers listing quickly in clinical trials, quality, R&D, and manufacturing. Everywhere we will be using these technology in time to come. That day is not far behind. So we are shifting our paradigm completely from quality compliance in the interest of patient-centric technology generated as a part of emerging technologies for future of Indian generic companies, my friends. So here I end my talk. If you have any questions, please free to ask me.
Thank you, sir, for that wonderful session. It was for enlightening us on the paradigm shifts, powerful paradigm shifts occurring in the pharma industry. We have a few questions in the chat box. First question is by Dr. Satish Kumar. How can we support the small scale and medium level companies to adopt AI-based applications in terms of investment for better manufacturing techniques?
Yeah, it's a good question. I like that. And in my several talks on this subject, first time I'm coming across for the small scale industries. Now, to take you back what I mentioned earlier, there are several startups in Hyderabad, Bangalore, and other areas. They are ready to support the small scale industries. Okay, their expectations are not very high. They are just jumping into the industry now, and they always would like to have a support from our industry to grow further. So these small scale companies also can tie up. This is our initial phases of startups, and small companies, SMEs, will be able to take advantage of these startups because they are just beginning. I don't see, and there are also now funding coming from the banks. If we are going to be from digitalization perspective, Government of India also, let me tell you very proudly, there are several schemes floated by Government of India to promote the digitalization. And under the pretext of Digital India concept floating since 2018, lot of activities generated by Government of India. There is a special document by Government of India on the why we should be digitalization activity in our manufacturing. In addition to this, for our small scale manufacturers, there are several courses available which are free of cost. Even I would recommend our students also to go to these websites. The beginners courses are free. It includes Harvard, it includes the London University, it includes Coursera, one of the largest training institute in the world. There are several others also listed there. Next level of learning this technology is also with small amount of fees. If institute becomes the member, they can be negotiate the prices with them, and their students can get benefit. Same way, the small scale industry also can be benefited with a small amount to learn and try to implement the technology in their companies in small scale. The more you are at a smaller scale, effectively you can do it faster implementation. So I don't know whether I addressed to the question.
Yes, very much.
Okay.
So there's another question also by Satish Kumar sir saying that the government should take initiatives to subsidize the investments of all these new technologies in AI and other new revolutionary concepts. I think sir has already spoken about that. Is it?
Yes, yes, okay.
Yeah. Thank you. There's a question by our KPGA secretary, Dr. Abdul Nasir sir. How is the future of herbal manufacturing industries in India? We would like to know.
Good one, no doubt. Let me tell you very frankly, our herbal industry is really growing well, and I'm proud to mention the quality standards are changing. We are implementing several technologies, though not from digitalization perspective, but whatever we are achieving today is better than yesterday. So we are improvising even in herbal and Ayurvedic products, and the DCGI and the CDSCO has several guidelines on that for herbal product GMP compliances and meeting the requirements of drug regulations from that perspective. And lot of such initiatives have been taken by our regulators. So it is a good thing it is happening. Ayurvedic preparations and herbal preparations companies, they are also aware of their limitations, but they are improving it. Day by day, they are improving. I'm sure they will come up to the expectations of the everybody, including the patients as well.
Sir, also Abdul Nasir sir says that in Kerala, our pharma industries are very few compared to other states. So he requests your valuable suggestion for our improving the number of pharma industries in Kerala.
Yeah, I like these as well. But I would say very proudly about Kerala area is that this in Kerala is full of Ayurvedic medicines. And there are several medicinal plants there, and people are having a lot of activities from harvesting those for the medicines. And I'm happy these products are, which I hear from many places, that these are very effective. Only the concern which the several doctors and the patients have, that some of the people have diagnosed, including US FDA. Let me tell you this very frankly. US FDA inspectors had flown in to Mumbai to guide the Ayurvedic herbal industry people to ensure compliance for completely minimizing heavy metal and mercury lead contaminations. Otherwise, it has an adverse effect on the patients as a skin rashes, skin problem they start getting for several months and years. So there was a big meeting between US FDA and our herbal manufacturers in Mumbai. And our industry has realized this, and they are also changing very fast from that perspective. As far as the pharma production in Kerala, maybe the government has to take initiative there, local government, and bring all the big pharma companies to Kerala, have a meeting and organize some program for them to what incentives they will give better than other states. I'm sure they will have a lot of SEZ subsequently to improvise. I remember visiting about almost 2 decades ago some companies in Kerala which were making tablet capsules in pharma. I don't remember their names. I had gone there to audit them. So there must be few companies already, but the government should take this initiative, local government, and bring the top 25 generic companies together there.
Nasir sir, I think it's...
Yeah, it's clear, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Then another question by Dr. Nishit. He says that the current curriculum is related to the academic side. He says that the current curriculum of the pharmacy has can never help the students to overcome these challenges, which you have already mentioned. Syllabus needs to be updated for facing these challenges. So we need to take steps. I think he needs to know your comments on that. So.
See, our current generation of professors, lecturers, and the faculty members are very much aware. I'm on the advisory board of several universities, and also I have been communicating with through the committee, through Government of India, and even to PCI. I have been raising this issue several times. Atul ji knows it well, that we need to move into this digitalization perspective to educate the students. Okay, we are not saying that make students for the digitalization of the industry. No, I'm not referring from that perspective. But when we digitalize the universities, the education system, it is going to make a revolutionary changes in the educating them, making them more attentive in the classes. Because when, in fact, I remember I had spoken to KPGA on this subject. What kind of technologies can be utilized by the universities and the pharmacy schools or colleges to ensure the students will remain attentive all the time? What changes can be done taking advantage of the newer technologies? So I had described these several times in the past, that digitalization will tremendously help, and more practical approach rather than theoretical to the students will definitely help, rather than they would always like to listen to interesting discussions during the classroom than theoretical. And if you remember, and I'm sure so many people will be aware of Guru Ravindranath Tagore's Gurukul system. Though it was in nature, but they were focusing more on practical approach to teach the students. The same thing should be done more in a big way. Some of the universities must be doing it, but we need more improvement in that, so that students get focused on the subject. And from that perspective, digitalization automatically will help them when they go to the industry. Did I answer you?
Dr. Nishit?
Yes, sir.
Good. You are smiling, so I take it that you. Okay.
Sir, also there are many messages of appreciation and acknowledgement on your session, sir. Dr. P.K. Srikumar, sir, and others have thanked you immensely for your vast knowledge and your session, sir. I think the questions are done.
I usually speak for at least 90 to 120 minutes on this subject, but I had to curtail completely because of the time issue.
So now, Dr. Nishit has said that pharmexcil is doing a good job to make aware the industry about the challenges of the situation. 2 months back, pharmexcil conducted a workshop exclusively for herbal drug industry in Kerala, he says.
True. I know pharmexcil's operations very well for almost 3 decades. And several times I addressed their audience as well in various platforms. And I know all activities are happening in pharmexcil. They are really doing wonderful job for the industry perspective, not only limiting to the pharma, but herbal, Ayurvedic, even some other areas also. They are doing a lot of activities to educate this industry. And as Uday sir had mentioned it in his talk, what are the activities pharmexcil is doing in a short, he mentioned. So which is the reality. And I have been regularly following up the activities at pharmexcil for several times, and they represent directly to the government with their activities and suggestions. So it's a good job this organization is doing.
Sir, he says we can, Dr. Nishit says we can now invite Mr. Uday Bhaskar, sir, in this regard, to speak on this regard at our various seminars here, organized here in Kerala. Sir, I think we are done with the questions with that.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, for your wonderful session.
Timely, because I had to leave at 8 o'clock.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir, for your wonderful session. Tirtha, back to you.
And one more small request I have to all of you, that and including the organizers, is that anytime you need any kind of help, just feel free, just leave the phone. I'm at your service.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, sir and ma'am. I hope this was a splendid virtual learning experience for all of you. Let's thank our speaker, moderator, as well as to all those who participate and contribute to the discussion. Thank you so much, everyone. Now, we are at the official end of the program. I'm delighted to invite our dynamic General Secretary of KPGA, Mr. Abdul Nasir, to propose the vote of thanks. Presently, he is working as manufacturing chemist at Kriti Life Sciences, Kerala. With much respect, I welcome you, sir, to deliver the words of gratitude.
A warm good evening to one and all. Respected chairman of today's webinar, Dr. Satish Kumar sir, Mr. Ravi, Uday, Bhaskar, the Honorable Director General of pharmexcil, and all other dignitaries who participate in today's program, participants, and all other well-wishers. It is my honor and privilege to propose vote of thanks in this wonderful evening on the National Pharmacy Week celebration. Actually, this topic was of great significance in the current pharmaceutical scenario of India. So we are very much blessed to hear many eminent speakers and others who participated in this program. Let me enter into my duty. First of all, I welcome Dr. C.S. Satish Kumar sir, who is the who chaired this program, and he is the president of Indian Pharmacy Graduates Association, Kerala State Branch. I extend my sincere thanks and gratitude to Satish sir. Thank you, sir. Actually, we are very much fortunate to get Mr. Ravi Uday Bhaskar sir, Director General of pharmexcil, and sir has given a nutshell on the, pharma export and other thing. Actually, we want to get more advices and support from you, sir. I extend my wholehearted thanks and gratitude to sir. Thank you very much, sir. Next is the eminent president of Kerala Pharmacy Graduates Association, Dr. P.K. Srikumar sir. I extend my sincere thanks and gratitude to sir. Thank you. Next is the eminent president of Indian Pharmacy Graduates Association National Committee, Dr. Atul Kumar Nasa sir. Actually, Atul Kumar Nasa sir is always a great inspiration for us. And also, he is, timely involved in the activities of Indian Pharmacy Graduates Association, Kerala State Branch. I express my sincere thanks and gratitude to Atul Kumar Nasa sir. Next is the Honorable Drugs Controller of Kerala, Mr. Jayan PM sir. He is the controlling authority of the State Drug Control Department. I express my sincere thanks and gratitude to Jayan sir. Next is actually the valuable presentation made by Mr. Ranjit Barshikar sir. Actually, we are very much blessed to hear your wonderful session. And people, we all are, I mean, very much fortunate in getting very useful knowledge in pharmaceutical industries. And I express my sincere thanks and gratitude to sir. And also, we in our future programs and other things, we expect all your support from you, sir. Thank you.
Always.
Next is, yes.
Always I will be there. Don't worry.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Then is Dr. Jenny Samuel, who is the moderator of this webinar. She's a very dynamic, women professional from Kerala. I express my sincere thanks and gratitude to Dr. Jenny Samuel. Next is Dr. Nishit Amsi, who is the backbone of this webinar. And also, I also take this opportunity to congratulate Dr. Nishit Amsi since he was selected as the National Vice President of Indian Pharmacy Graduates Association. Actually, we are very much proud of the new assignment of Dr. Nishit. Finally, I also take this opportunity to express our sincere thanks and gratitude to Ms. Thirl. Finally, I express a very warm gratitude and thanks to all the participants who participated in this webinar. Thank you one and all, and we expect and we request all your support in our upcoming programs. Thank you very much. Tirtha.
Thank you so much, sir. So the well-organized event of the day made us to thank this combined efforts of IPGA Kerala State Branch and KPGA for this esteemed webinar. Let's hope to continue this experience of learning, and let's update ourselves with constant learning, and let's compete within ourselves to be better professionals. On behalf of IPGA and KPGA, I am thanking you all for your active participation. It's me, Tirtha, signing off. So let's all rise for the national anthem. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
So good night to all.
Good night. Thank you so much.